Good morning, head coach Sean Ricketts, men's and women's cross country team. Thank you for joining us today.
Morning, Bo. Thank you.
Hey, let's get started. We came up just a tad bit short for a third consecutive state title. I believe it was 20 seconds that separated first from second.
You mean yes.
For the men's team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Regardless of how the men's team finished, how proud of you of both teams, women's as well, finishing in second, highest finish of the program since 1994. Again, just came up a tad bit short. How proud of you of both squads?
Very. Our coaching staff, we looked at it as two second place finishes in the state. That does make a mark for the legacy of the cross country program as a whole. Our focus, though, is always just on improvement, development, and getting these student athletes to transfer to a 4-year. Winning is second. And so in terms of that, when I look at, the men, they improve, develop throughout the year, regardless of a podium finish, second, first. Our goal is still, especially as we head into finals, is them getting the job done in the classroom, doing well in schools, and setting themselves up to transfer to a 4-year. Same thing with the women. We're just excited that both programs are at the same level, and we're looking forward to also the future.
The progression, as a word that you guys throw around within the program quite a bit, has been impressive the last couple of years, particularly the women's team and how much they are improving. And again, the second place finish in state is one heck of an accomplishment. Again, since that 1994 state championship team. Going back to the event this weekend, was there a difference this year? Was there something that came up unexpectedly during the states that that we fell just a little bit short?
I wouldn't say so. You always have little things. We had one of our females get sick that week, had to miss a couple of days. One of our top guys rolled his ankle 2 days before the meet. But those are little things you expect. But I think, in terms of on the men's side, it's just more, we try to stay focused on developing throughout the season, running your best at the end. And in terms of that, it's just, we try to stay away from the expectations, especially that three-peat. Because then you'd be focusing on the wrong thing. And then in terms of the ladies, our whole goal this year was to make a mark on the legacy of the program. And that's what they did. This is the best women's distance team since Manny Bautista's 1994 state championship team.
Yeah, and we have to talk about sophomore Mahusin Abakar, who had a phenomenal year, taking home the individual title. Did take the individual title over at the PCAC conference championships. Tell me a little bit about her. Tell me how she has stepped up this season and her progression. And also, do we know yet what her plans are next season?
So her goal, number one, is to transfer after the spring. So she's going to be focused on track, trying to hit some good marks, as well as setting herself up to transfer academically. So again, the goal for her is to transfer. And her progression throughout the season was just, this program was new. The training was new, the culture of the team, and she really fit in really well. She embraced it. And I think number one is she is really thankful for the experience that she's had. And I know she's looking forward to track.
Absolutely. Now, when people talk about your program, they always say, hey, oh man, Sean, those guys have a bunch of horses over there at San Diego Mesa College. You touched on it a little bit earlier, and the cross country program has a rich tradition matriculating the students to the next level. Tell me a little bit more. How important is this for you personally? And also, this is the makeup of the program, right? It is getting them to that next level. How important is it for you? And how do you tell your student athletes that this is what we focus on here? It's not just about state championships and conference championships. It's all about getting you to that next level.
I think number one, just to start, it's full circle for me since I was a student athlete here, and this was a very important place. It was a crucial piece in my development as a person and figuring out what I wanted to do in life. And so I'm very thankful for the experience that I had. Coach Manny Batista, the school, and it just, if it wasn't for Mesa, I wouldn't have ended up at Cal Poly Slow and gotten a really good education, and then even had the opportunity to come back in this position. Basically, I would call it back home here. So in terms of, my story, it's just it's part of what we call the Mesa way. Yeah. And in terms of that, it's the reason that you're here, and it's not only just for the sport, it's for you as a person and what you want to do with your life. And it's just I would say a very important, crucial piece to your journey. And so as a coach, I really look at, that's my job, is to give guidance, to support them, connect them to resources, help them along the way, and really having those discussions on the true important things in life. And, sure, when it comes down to it, a lot of it has to do with their academics, the choices that they make, and just having a support system too.
We're joined here by head coach Sean Ricketts, men's and women's cross country team. Coach, you do a great job recruiting, in a sense, quote, refreshing the team, because we do have a handful of guys graduating and moving on. When does that process start for you? And do we have any commitments this early? And what are we looking forward to in 23?
I'd say the process starts sometimes in the junior year. It's a simple process, and it comes down to going to meets, having doing your homework, studying to see who the recruits are. But I think for us, it goes along with seeing if it's a right fit for that individual, and if they fit into the program, which surrounds around team and in their commitment to why they're here. So in terms of this fall, it's going really well on the men's and women's side. In terms of community college, you don't know until the last minute. I can have somebody saying that they're coming now, but I don't know until May or June, in honestly until the first day of summer. But in terms of that, I can tell you, compared to years prior to this, the men's side, we knew we had to rebuild the program because we're losing a lot of sophomores. We do have a solid freshman group returning. We do have some red shirts who were a part of the program who didn't get a chance to compete. But we did, what was in their best interest for them. And then on the women's side, it's going to be even better recruiting class than this year. So there is a bright future. It's all a process. Right now, we're looking towards, again, the end of the semester, them all finishing strong with school, and then we got track. So our cross, since I'm the head track and field coach, our cross country team is just the distance squad of the track and field program. We are excited with what we're seeing with the track and field team in the off season, both men's and women's, the work they're putting in the weight room, the conditioning out at the track or in the throws area. We have that team connecting. And so there is a bright future to come this spring as well.
Well, Coach, we'll be looking forward to that. Once again, head coach Sean Ricketts, San Diego Mesa College, men's and women's cross country coach. Congratulations on an amazing year. Thank you for spending the time with us this morning, and on to track and field. Coach, thanks a lot for your time.
Hey, Bo.
Yeah.
One last thing, I just got to give credit to our athletic program here for the success that we have, and especially for each individual student athlete that's a part of the program. So Ryan Shoemaker, Nathan Resch, our department chair, our leadership. So our VPs, Larry Maxey, Isabel O'Connor, Lorenz Legaspi, and then our president, Dr. Hans. The level of support that we get here, got to thank them, and proud to be a part of this.
Absolutely. It's a team effort, right? And
yeah.
It's San Diego Mesa College athletic programs is simply just the best in the business, and it's I'm proud to be a part of it. And again, let's try to chase that, that title again next year. But more important, getting these guys to that next level.
Yeah. Thank you, Bo.
Coach, thank you so much.
All right. Take care.